Bam! Guys, I just made a video. I just made a pour to catch, and I thought before I leave, because it's only 3 o'clock, I'm going to fish for another hour. I was using a willowtail, a blue boy willowtail. So y'all watch it. I made a pour to catch with it. So y'all going to see that. I'm going to pick him up. That's a nice fish. I thought he was fighting hard. And I thought, I'm going to throw one of Sid's jigs around, one I haven't fished with yet. Bam. That's a nice fish, guys. There you go. On Sid's hand ties, guys. Orange head, chartreuse body, this fluorescent green tail. And I told Sid the other day, we talked on the phone, I like this fluorescent green. I never thought about making a tail with it. I tie my own jigs too, guys. But I don't have time to tie them. We're making baits, so we're going to sell his. He's tying them. But I've got fluorescent green bucktail. Just never thought about putting it together like that. But hey, it works. But look, here's what he said. He's right. Sid's right. The color I call ocean is a fluorescent green, right? So, and it works great. So yeah, he hit it on the head. Fluorescent green is a great color for crappie. They seem to love it. Now, the fishing's been a little tough today, so we're going to find out if a hair jig's going to work a little better. I mean, I caught plenty. I caught a lot of small ones though. That was a nice one. They're roaming the bottom, and I'm going to show you right here in a second. Let me. Oh, I just had a bump. Let me catch this fish right here that's toying with me, and I'll show y'all. One of the things I like about the hair jig is it sinks a little faster than if you got a plastic body on it, because you don't have the buoyancy, right? It'll sink a little. It seems like it sinks a little faster. I can tell you that from watching it on the live scope. All right, I'll show y'all what I'm. All right, let me show y'all what I'm throwing at. I got a ghost tree too right there, guys. You see what something says disappearing right there? Haven't had that for a long time. I got it back. I need to reset this unit. I'm going to buy a new one. See all these fish on the bottom? Those are crappie. Okay, so I'm just looking around with my hand over here. When I say I'm looking around, I'm turning this. I'm showing y'all that because people ask me how I got my live scope set up. And that's what I like about it. I can sit right here, my spot lock's holding me. The wind's blowing at us this way. My spot lock's holding me, and I can still look around. Yeah, I see the guys that have it on the trolling motor. See how now I would be looking that way now if I had it on my trolling motor. Now you can take and have a separate attachment on your trolling motor where you can come up here and turn it. I know guys that have that. And you can also get a foot control to where you can put on your trolling motor and you can turn it with your foot. It's only $1,100. Go for it. All right. I said this in the last video. If you got the money, the old saying is, you got the money, I got the time. He offered that many times. Right? I said, you got the money, honey, I got the time. If you got the money, guys, it's out there. You name it, it's probably been made and it's out there. All right, guys, let me see if I can come up with a couple more fish with this jig. I see them scattered across the bottom. I'm running into some schooling fish. I had a school hog, I probably had 500 in it. I caught none out of it. Something about the schools today, they're very jumpy. We had snow. We had snow 3 days ago. Yeah, 3 days ago we had snow. And it's been cold. This is the warmest day we've had since then. That's why I'm out here. I thought, let me get out here this pretty day. And I was painting today and I got done early. So I thought, let's go ahead and see if I can catch a fish on this pretty day. It's 50 degrees. That's what the weatherman says. It don't feel 50 me standing out here. Because the sun's hitting me right here now. And that's why the crappie up here. Y'all notice I'm really close to the bank. I'm in 15 foot of water. The channel's right there. They're shallow because the sun. And we got some color to the water. It's because it rained all day Sunday and Monday. And it ended up with about 1.5 inches of snow. And they're calling for snow tonight. We're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches of snow tonight. And then it's only going to be in the 30s for the next couple of days. The next pretty day is 8 days from now. It'll be back to 50. It's going to be only in the 30s to around 42 for the next week or so. So I thought I better get out here and try to make a video. All right, let me see if I can find someone active. Not all these fish are active. I just threw it the ones I showed you. They didn't pay any attention to it. So what I'll do is I'll look around here. If I don't see no more, I'll kick the boat forward a little bit and I'll try a few more. All right, guys, I threw it back out there. And about 4 or 5, and it's reeled it right across the top of them. This one rolled up and grabbed it. That's what you got to do. You just got to keep casting because not all of them going to want to bite it. Some of them want to follow you. He's not fighting like a crappie. Yeah, small one. I thought it was a white perch. I haven't got a white perch yet. All these crappie I'm throwing out on the bottom, anytime it could be a white perch. Because they look the same when they're running on the bottom. But not all of them are active. You're going to throw out a bunch of them that pay no attention to you. don't even mind me. Some of them even move and go away from the bait. They go the opposite direction when they see it. So what I'm doing now, see, is I'm moving. I'm gonna move up a little ways. I done caught a couple there, and then start looking again. They're scattered around. And I'm gonna start taking my handle here, and I'm looking around. And you do the same thing with side imaging. If you start seeing fish on side imaging, stop and start casting at them. All right, guys, if this is crappie, it's a nice one. I can tell you that. He was a saucer on that live scoping. He was on the bottom, and I threw over at him. I thought, that's probably gonna be a bass, but I'm gonna throw at him. And he hit it. He's fighting like a crappie. It's gonna be a nice one. Come on. He might fool me, but he looked awful big on the, yeah, it's a nice, good gosh. Yep, that's what I figured. Bam! Said, look what I caught on your jig, buddy. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, baby. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I get excited when I catch big crappie. Look at that one. What y'all think of that crappie? Get your tail straight. Huh? That's a nice one, isn't it? I got my board with me. Let's see what he is. I told you, I could tell you he was gonna be a nice one. Get your head up here. All right, guys. Yeah, right at 14 inches, guys. There, he is 14 inches. Bam. All right. Gotta love it. Let me make sure y'all recording. Yeah. Gotta love it, don't you? All right, guys. That's the nicest crappie I've caught for a while. I caught a 15 incher probably 2 weeks ago. Like I said, oops, I'm gonna show y'all what I was throwing. Y'all heard it fall out of the, did y'all hear it fall out of the net just now? There it comes. There it is. Orange head, chartreuse body, fluorescent tail. So I knew, I've been holding to this jig. I said this in a winter's video the other day. I was holding these bright colors. I said these bright colors would be good later on, guys, when the water gets dirty. And I knew the water had a possibility of being a little bit dirty. And I said that in the video. I said, I'll probably get to use those brighter colors this week. If you go on the back of this creek, it's almost muddy. But this lake dirties fast when it rains like it a lot. All right, I just found another little bass here. And see, they're back here sucking up the sun, 16 foot of water. Let's see if we can get one of those to hit us. All right, guys, I'm gonna tell you what, you can throw at some and they won't pay any attention to you. When I can see my jig and come past them, they won't move it, or they'll pull up and kind of like look at it and go like, I'm checking it out, and swim away. And then I threw at this group, had like 4 or 5 in it. He rolled, as soon as I got close to him, rolled up and hit it. That's why you just gotta keep casting. Don't give up on them, because you just gotta find one that's interested. Not all of them are in the feeding mood. Not all of them, you can't fool all of them. Some of them go like, that ain't real. I'm laughing, guys, because it's basically true. Some of them are like, you ain't gonna fool me with that. I know that's not real. You see them pull up at it, look at it, and turn and go away. But I think it's the mood they're in, and maybe how empty that stomach is. Some of them will nail it as soon as you get it close to them. Now here's like 4 right here on the bottom. See them right there? There's my jig. See my jig right there? No. All right, my jig is getting close to them. All right, here it comes, right past them. Now I can see my jig. When I can see my jig, this is what's nice. I can work right on top of their heads. I see one paying attention to it. There you go. He rolled right up and grabbed it. This one right here went like, it's mine. Oh, he got off. He got off. All right, guys, I'm still fishing. I done threw quite a few back that were 8 or 9. I'm having time with this jig. I'm steadily catching them. I thought this one was a little bigger. He is. That's why I cut the camera on. He's a little bigger. He's not quite 10. He's probably 9 5/8. I don't know if this is any bigger or not. These 4 here look like a decent size. There's 4 together. And when I got the jig to him, this one just rolled up and nailed it. He's like, it's mine, it's mine. Yeah, he's a decent one. I figured you'd look a little bigger. And I do this a lot, guys. Somebody said, how many did you catch? Well, sometimes I quit catching numbers. I run around and look for bigger fish. We call it sniping. And I've heard a lot of the pros talk about that on Crappie Connection. They said that they don't think that live scopes, I said this earlier, hurting the fishing because people are doing more sniping. And that's what we call it. I'm just looking for bigger fish. So that's a nice fish there. how fat he is. Bam. Thick too. He's right at 12 inches probably. There you go, buddy. Bam, guys, I'm steadily catching them. I don't know how many I've caught. I thought this one was bigger. I cut the camera on because I just lost a big one. But he wasn't as big as I thought he was. So he's about 9. I thought he was bigger in that way he was fighting when I first set the hook. All right, guys, here's the one that I seen at 50 feet. I threw it over there. I did hit the bottom, and I started reeling it. And when I started reeling it, I felt the fish. I don't think I got a good hook set. So we're gonna net him because when I started reeling it, he was on there. He must have hit it when it hit the bottom. That's what I'm saying. That's all. And you can do that with side imaging. You can look at your side imaging. I just like the live scope. I can sit there and spin it around, right, and look around. Side imaging, you could put. I reckon you could mount it on a pole, but you got it on the back of your boat. You're only looking this way, right? I can look all the way around the boat. That's what's nice about it too. But I'm telling y'all that kind of stuff because people ask me these questions all the time in the comments and stuff. So I'm trying to remember some of the questions that people ask me in the comments. I said this before and answer some of them in the videos. That's a nice fish too, guys. Not a monster. He's probably 11 3/4, 11 1/2. That's a nice fish. Ain't nothing wrong with that one. All right, guys, I'm not going to show y'all any more fish on that jig. I mean, that jig's working on them today, and it's working good, I'm telling you. I'm having no problem catching fish on that color. I told Sid, he called me, we talked on the phone the other day. I said, yeah, some of those colors I haven't fished yet. They're a little too bright for our water, because when I talked to him, our visibility was 4 foot. Our visibility today is 1.5 feet. I'm going to tell you real fast because I like telling y'all that. All right, right there. That's our visibility today. What is that? Yeah, 1.5 feet. That's our visibility today. It was 4 foot before this rain. When it was 4 foot, I wouldn't have threw this color, guys. And I might have caught fish on it. But that's not my comfort zone. When the water's clear, I like the natural colors. I done good with the color he's got called, I think we're going to call it Casper, but it's a ghost color. That's why we're going to call it Casper. Get it? You're right. And we're going to name these jigs, but I would throw something like that white. I had a white one with a blue tail, done good. But being we got some color now, I can throw the pinks and the oranges and catch fish on them.